fix that camera. Hey, friends. It's live. See what's going on here? You're watching a man eat. He didn't plan on that. The dogs woke up suddenly. Let's see if I can switch that camera on the fly. Oh, maybe if I just sit up straight, we'll be okay. This show's not about the camera angle. It's about channel members hanging out live with me. Channel members like Laserball Video says, good morning, all. Dave McKay says, hello. He didn't say it like that, though. I said it like that. Look at that beard. Look at that three-tone beard. A little red. A little leftover black-brown. Snow. It's getting better, worse. I don't know. I don't know. I think I'm at least a year away from the full Santa, but it's coming fast. That's what I think. Razorbolt, how's your beard looking? You still got more pepper than salt, but I don't know how. Meaning, you may have graduated at a different time with me. Hey, everybody. We don't have much of a plan for the show, which is fine, other than no Detroit pizza for me. We talked a little bit. I had a very impromptu Monday night, Ken's Monday Night Football last night. Just wanted to hang out with you. Also, I felt bad for the Lions fans, but also I felt good for the Lions fans. And we've been talking sports around here for a while as I've gotten back into football this year with a passion I did not see coming. And it's been a lot of fun. And part of it, in large part, of course, my Miami Dolphins playing good. I really credit the Lions. I've always loved the Lions. Big fan of Barry Sanders. Them being a contending team is, I think, great. Great for the city. Great for the sport. They got a lot of history in Detroit, the Lions, and football. So that's part of fun, too. So it was heartbreaking, but I wanted to show up yesterday for y'all. But, last week on the show, we announced the Lions got to the Super Bowl. I would eat, not a breakfast burrito like I just finished. I would eat a large Detroit-style pizza live on the stream. That's not going to happen right now, but it doesn't mean it won't. I still might have an off-season Detroit-style pizza and maybe eat it for all of you to watch. That's weird. It's kind of weird, right? You want to? I don't know if you want to. I was talking to Mark Ellis about this, and he has some memories of some good Detroit-style pizza, and so I think we might just go to that place I found, the Detroit Pizza Depot or whatever, in downtown LA. We might just go there, and maybe that's part of the lesson. Can you take a serious lesson for the Detroit Lions losing and me not getting pizza? Yeah, just go there. Just do it. Just figure it out. I'm going to figure it out part of my life. Catch up on the beard comments here. Laserbolt says, my beard's getting thick. I don't trim in the winter. I love that. Natalie's here. Can't stay, but checking in to say hi. Natalie, appreciate that. She's a regular over at Forstetter, too. Thanks for hanging and stopping by, and thanks for being a channel member here. Michael McGarso says, Lisa can grow a beard. I got terrible beard game. Brian Tiller says, Detroit-style pizza is good. Well, Tiller, then you're going to have to take me on a date to a Detroit-style pizza restaurant. Then take me and Mark Ellis. I'm excited. Michael, I love my beard. I've had one now for it's been about 10 years. I got out of the old day job where I couldn't really grow facial hair, though now you can, apparently. Progress. But I haven't, occasionally I'll trim it down. I need to fix it up. I need to get all this mess down here. I like this. I like this with a little more, like a 1 or a 2 into a 3 or a 4. So we're going to fix it up. But, it's supposed to rain. It's supposed to rain, and it's like one of those, like, you're getting alerts, getting warnings for the rain that's coming into town soon. So maybe I need a beard to float. We all float on. Beards and pizza. That's what we're talking about here today. Michael Carson says, I got scruff, but it's not great. So that's where I kind of was going with this. I love my morning blatherings. They're not quite live blathering coming Thursday night. Here's the problem with the beard. Laser Bolt, I don't know if you drink coffee, but any liquid, quite frankly, any food. If I, then I have to make sure there's not just a ton of coffee. I don't even have a napkin. I have a Kleenex. Tissue. I started 20 minutes of coffee to maybe take on some of the real issues in the world, and we still get to them every now and then here. But Detroit Lions losing and no Detroit pizza is a real issue. And beard growing. So what I was trying to say, Michael, I don't think my beard really started to come into my early 30s. I could grow one, but it was a natural Abe Lincoln. It just a lot of this, and I don't have a lot of this, and I'm fine. I get the little weird ones that pop up here, and you take them down. But I was like, this didn't come in. It was all like here, and then I had a weird one of the spots. I had a spot. I just had like nothing would come in. That's gone. The spot's gone. Laser Bolt says, yes, I drink liquid. You know what I mean. Are you a coffee? Laser Bolt, you might be a tea guy. I don't know. You're flying drones. I got your Laser Bolt. I just do the show to personally communicate to my channel members. I did get your DM. I haven't had a chance to look into it. I'm going to look into it. I don't have steam. Do I need steam to fly a plane? You do, maybe. Michael McGregor says he'll be 31 in June, so here's open. Yeah. You know, things, you know, for me, it left here and moved down here. You know, I don't know if that's science. It seems like science. I do want to go, like I said, we started this show to kind of be, look at the world and have myself talk about the world. But a lot of that's been moved to any time. A lot of that's been moved to any time. So I can be a little more loose and silly here. So let's go to the news. Let's see what's going on. Oh, God. Yeah, okay. There's a lot going on. Oh, boy. Yeah, this drone attack on Tower 22. 3 American service people lost, upwards of 30 injured. And this is just coming. I haven't even read this. Biden says he holds Iran responsible for the deadly drone strike, but did not provide details of his next move. Well, yeah, of course. He reiterated that he's hoping to deter a broader Middle East conflict. I was watching Bo of the Fifth Column. Bo of the Fifth Column was a great source for just a reasoned look at the news with, I won't even say left leaning. That's not accurate to say left leaning. It's a reasoned look at the news that always ends up being kind of left leaning because that's kind of the way it goes. But it doesn't mean it's balanced enough, is what I'm trying to say. I don't want to deter anyone from going over there. Bo of the Fifth Column is great, but he was talking about this last night. I was going to bed, and the thought of this broadening the conflict in the Middle East, it's unlikely, but I'm not an expert on this, so I'm just parroting words. But also, you don't know, right? We can't tell. The issue is that thing. The big contention is Iran. Can we hold them directly responsible for something that non-state actors did that they are sponsoring? You know, they've got Hezbollah, they got the Houthis. They're sponsoring a lot of bad people, you know. But we've sponsored some bad people over the course of our history, so we can't turn away from that history. But this is now, and Biden said he's decided how to respond to deadly attack. And then he's not provided details. I'm glad he has not provided the details. I'm not laughing at a serious situation which people have already lost their lives and more are about to lose their lives. I'm just, what do you expect? All right, here's what we're gonna do. We're gonna launch rockets right here. Here's a picture of it. I got a Polaroid. Come on now. Yeah, this is, and then also, you know, Israeli troops have raided West Bank. There was little signs, you know, we got the World Court ruling, which can't enforce any ruling, but saying, hey, we're not going to call it genocide, but there's definitely, you're genocide adjacent and growing. So maybe y'all want to stop that. And the U.S., maybe you should consider your friends better. And we've kind of announced plans to maybe slow support for them. But we're still supporting them, which obviously upsets a lot of folks. But I was looking at some stories and it's like, oh, there's some brokering for peace and all that. No, here we go. So this is it's tough. You turn on the, you go to the news, and again, I always say, I always try to don't anyone comment. CNN's just easy for me to type in. I go to BBC, I go to a lot of spots. I do encourage you to go to a lot of different spots for news, other than Fox News, unless you want to see Fox News targeting Taylor Swift with their weird conspiracy theories. My video is still up on the Anytime channel. Please, if you haven't seen it, go watch my Taylor Swift video from a couple weeks ago. It's growing. Some Swifties found it this week. I wish a ton of Swifties found it. Like 3,000 Swifties found it. My video on Anytime is a small growing channel, so the numbers are going to be paltry compared to the rest of YouTube. But I put the Taylor Swift video up because I put it on my Instagram page. I put it up on Anytime, and I had like 57 views after like 2 weeks. I was like, well, all right, that's, no internet fame for me this week. I woke up that day. It's like 2,000. It's at almost 3,000. It could be 3,000 by the end of the day. Again, small paltry numbers that are to be laughed at in the big picture of YouTube. But for Anytime, a channel with now 198 subs, that's a good number. But I want more Swifties. But for 3,000 or so, a little under 3,000 so views, the comments have mostly been positive because I think it's Swifties that found it. Mark Newman says, use Ground News. I've heard of Ground News. Yeah, Ground News is that the one that you have to pay for, Mark? There's one I was like, ooh, Mr. Beast, not Mr. Beast. I always say Mr. Beat, Matthew Beat. He advertises one. I was like, oh, that seems good. I'm going to go for it. Then I have to pay for it. And I'm not in a position to pay for my news right now. So I'm going to click on CNN exclusive stories. The president of China is Xi. I don't want to be disrespectful. So Xi Jinping. I don't want to be disrespectful. I don't know how to say XI. Has told President Joe Biden that China would not interfere in the 2024 presidential election. That's great. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you, China. We're so happy you're not going to interfere in our elections. I love we're at that point. I love that we're at that point. You guys settle that one yourselves. Okay. Mm-hmm. Okay. Yeah. Fox News guest, please don't believe everything Taylor Swift says. Don't. Okay. I'm not going to click on that. I'm not going to give them to you. We're just hanging out, having fun. Live Thursday night. We are going to be on the YouTube channel here talking. It's a blathering. It's a blathering. Ask me almost anything. And that is coming your way Thursday night, 5 p.m. Pacific. So do your time zone. Sorry, UKers. It'll be a little late for you. I understand that. Apologies. Get your questions in now. Go there now. Get your questions. Just post them there. I'm going to hang it out. I'm going to try to get back on the blathering train. Hopefully starting some work this week that will keep me in a house, number one. So we'll see how my schedule shapes up. But excited to get back to some blathering stuff and recover just emotionally from the beginning of the year. There's so many, there's so many people I know. I'm in a bad spot, job-wise, blah, 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 blah. You guys have seen me have a nervous breakdown slowly over the course of like 2 years over this. What everyone I know is struggling. This city is holding on by a thread. And as I said before, it is not just simply the entertainment industry collapsing. It's on pause. It's not recovered. It is changing. I have a ton of friends. I grew up in my early 20s. I say grow up because really, am I growing up? But my early 20s was spent with people who were coming up in the animation business. And it's tough for everyone right now, but it's not just simply that these artistic folks can't chase their dreams anymore. There's just no work anywhere. Though the economy's improving, and I believe that. I believe the numbers. It's a stronger economy. It was bound to bounce back anyways. I'll give Biden and the administration some credit for the economy recovering because I need to. I'm one that believes that the system is such that you almost can't give any one president or administration too much credit for things going great or even things going bad, right? Yes, it's fun to pin it on Trump, but there's a lot of factors, he being a big one. and his, what he does to the world and what the world thinks of us. It's all a delicate tapestry, but I'm not one that's going to yell at Biden for high gas prices, nor pat him on the back for low ones. Just not the way I look at it. But so I believe the numbers, but you look around, it's the little things. I've talked with my buddy Ken Plume about. He got inflation, but he's got the other, what is it, stagflation. I think there's the other one where it's just like, a box of food that used to be this size is now this size, but the price is the same. And so so the prices aren't going, but you're needing to buy more. And the companies are just doing that. And applying for work right now, as I am, you go on like LinkedIn, unless you pay for the $45 a month, like it's a crazy amount to pay for like the special LinkedIn to get the actual job offers and job postings. The ones I'm going to now are spam. I got 3 spam texts this morning because I think I signed up for a job site or applied for some kind of weird remote, I'll give it a shot in me and see if I react focused test group from cash thing. And now I'm being inundated. It's like there's nothing really out there. The economy always gets mysteriously better in election year. It really does. I think it's still safe to, look at the details of all that. Matty Gutter says, wish it was the same here. We're paying more for even less. Yeah. And that's what my buddy Plume and I were talking about. It's just, he was telling me he went to buy like a box of like, frozen foods where it used to be a 12-pack. Now it's a 10-pack, but the price is the same. So you're not paying more. You're just getting less. And I hate to sound like my grandfather before he passed. That's how they're getting you. Or he would say, Kenny, that's how they're getting you. That's where the struggle is right now, as I try to stay afloat here in this city, and everyone around me tries to stay afloat in the city. Forget just like, all right, YouTube and comedy and all those things, those will always be there. Sometimes you make it, sometimes you don't. Sometimes your videos get 3,000 views, sometimes you get 57 views. Whatever. All right, let me get a job to supplement the income. There's what's out there. And Del Taco, Target, sure, great. I shouldn't have to take those jobs. Also, number one, they're probably still too low paying. And 2, that's it for me. I punched out. I manage a Del Taco now. So they have these remote jobs, part-time jobs, Uber Eats and everything. Everyone's trying everything, and it's not working. And you feel the panic in the city. Every conversation I have with every person is, how you doing? Not good. And I know that's just us, but I'm sure it's other places too. And it's felt in different ways in different industries. So that's the episode today on that. It's truly a ramble. Join me Thursday night, 5 p.m. and ask me almost anything, and we'll see where I go. The reason I say almost anything is I want to legally give myself the out in case there's some questions that come up that I just don't want to answer. Laura Robo is here. Says, as you were lines update, Ben Johnson is coming back to be our offensive coordinator. That is good. Let's switch over to, can we get some CNN Sports here? Let's see what's going on. Let's go on to the CNN Sports. See if we can get an update. Welcome to the Death Star. Everything you need to know about Las Vegas' state-of-the-art Allegiant Stadium hosting the Super Bowl, where some of the cheapest tickets are $9,000. I'm okay. Thank you. I'll watch it at home in my sweatpants. And by the fourth quarter, let's be honest, my underpants. I'm not. All right. It hasn't been updated yet. I'm excited for you, Romo and Laserbook. Keeping those coaches. Yeah, I've had this. Laserbolt's very right. Laserbolt says, regarding the job things, we're talking about the jobs. I'll just leave it on the sports page here. Laserbolt says, people say there are a ton of jobs out there because no one wants to work, but it's all the same low-paying jobs that always need filling. Yeah, that's the thing too. And like I've said here, I'm not above any job. No one is. But that's I had that argument with a family member. Well, you see, no one wants to work. No, it's underpaid. What's the point? I could start a weekend shift right now at 7-Eleven. Weekend shift. Maybe I'll take 3 12-hour shifts. That's not enough money. It's not enough money. Everything else is so out of whack that I'd need 3 of those jobs. and then work harder. No, that's impossible. And I'm not talking about I need time to go, to the lake on the weekend to water ski with my friends. I need time to live. I need time to sleep. I need time to recover. I need time to create. I need time to just be me. We all need that. I'm glad that the generations coming up now push back against the idea of, hustle culture and crunch culture and all that stuff. It's sometimes needed, and I think there's a balance to be struck. I don't want to become a Gen Xer having that Gen Z sucks when their work ethic sucks conversation. I don't. You got to look at it, but I think Gen Z sees kind of stuff. No, Romo, you're not derailing. The Ben Johnson coming back as the offensive coordinator. He's got a job. That's one person with a job. We're happy for him, and we're happy for you. I'm glad that these generations coming up kind of look at these. They look at the lie of the great job and the 401k and the house and everything, because it's unattainable right now. It's unattainable right now, and so what's the point? And go figure out something else. Go work the job you want. And, if we all could be Twitch streamers that make a lot of money playing Fortnite, trust me, I wish I could. I also don't want to. I want to do other things. It's kind of the same thing. It's not that no one wants to work. What are we working for is the question. Lauren Roma says, I love the old, you need 3+ years of experience. How can you experience if you can't get hired? Yeah, run into that. Run into that. It's I didn't finish college. That worked out well for me, but also I don't have student loan debts, but also I've applied for radio jobs. I've been applying for some radio jobs, and I haven't got them. Been told no, or in one case, just my application just eventually got kicked out of the system. I'll reapply. But every one of them wants 4 years of a broadcast degree. You know what I did instead of getting my broadcast degree? I had a 5-year radio career. I was actually on the radio 6 days a week. I hate to sound like that dip from that job show, Mike Lowe or Rowe or whatever. But it's something to look at. Mark Newman, channel member, thank you. Honestly, I'm probably going to encourage my son to go into a trade unless he just a passionate path in college. Yeah, you're not wrong. You're not wrong. And there could be a white collar versus blue collar bias that we had growing up. And I think college is spectacular. I wish I went further. I was in it. I stopped. I literally stopped going because I got my radio job. Finished 2 years and was like, cool, I don't need to continue because I've started my professional radio career. Was it a wise decision? No. But I agree with you, Mark. We're also seeing that there's less there is less tradesfolk. That was the thing we were talking about. That again, my buddy Plume sent me the video that kind of went viral of the girl going bowling, and it cost her and her friends $120, or it used to cost like $30 or whatever. It's not just inflation. It's just that there's not enough people now to replace the bowling pins, to repair them, to come on out and fix them. That costs more money. The food costs more money. Everything, and the food you get less for more. It just adds up. It's not just simply inflation. Every industry has changed. Society has changed. Maybe we all got fed a lie. I don't know. I sound like I'm doing my own research. Take horse pills, but it's something to think about. And I agree with you, Mark. Maddie Gunner says, one of my oldest friends went to university, got deep into debt to become a journalist. Now works behind a bar at a pub because he, quote, didn't have the experience. Yeah. I don't know if I'd be a good bartender. But maybe. It's hard work, and I have a bad back. It's not a great job for people with bad lower backs. That I know. My old roommate was like a bartender. He actually at one point went to Vegas to be a bartender. And, it's intense out there. And he had like scoliosis, and it killed him every night. But he made a lot of money. Final story of the day that I'll get on that here. Got to record some Force Center today. Illinois. Don't call it Illinois. Sometimes, occasionally, I'll see that S and I say it like I'm in second grade. Illinois Election Board dismisses 14th Amendment case against Trump, though appeals expected. So, okay. So, yeah. The decision is not expected to be final word about it. All right. I'm just reading this. All right. So, yeah, I love all these attempts to get him removed from the primary ballots, not the general election ballots, but the primary ones. Whether or not they all hold up doesn't bother me if they don't or do. I just like the little things in the way. Any little obstacle in the path of that jackass getting back to the White House. Laserbolt says, I tended bar for 20 years after college. Here's what's holding me back from this. I've thought about this. I was like, maybe I could be a bartender since I'm looking for work and everything. Go to a little bartending school. I think, I don't know if I mix drinks well. I'm a heavy pour. So I'd be a great bartender at that dive bar where you're like, oh, get on over to Whiskey Sam's because that guy Ken there, he pours a strong drink for $2. Like that'd be me as a bartender. I just don't like dealing with, after 17 years in security, I don't want to deal with the public. When it goes well, the bartender's your friend, right? Like when I go to the Comedy Store, there's a great comic named Ryan Mervish. He also tends bar there, Merv. Really funny, big Viking of a dude. He's a Viking fan. He looks like a Viking. And a Viking in tie-dye. Every interaction's great with him. And I think, that could be that kind of bartender. He just tends his bar at the Comedy Store and does his sets and sounds great. But when it goes bad, I don't have the time or energy to go, yeah, Laser Wilson's far too grumpy to attend bar anymore. I think that's what's holding me back from that path. Is you imagine only the good times. Where they're like, hey, barkeep, can I have another rum? Yeah, and you high five, and we all do shots. It's great. You're not, the people yelling at you, the rushes, not having enough help, running out of ice, all those things that I'm sure happens that I don't want to deal with. And I jump to the end of that. I'm like, I'm out. I'm good. All right, I think we did it. I think we had 20 minutes of coffee. I'm gonna finish my breakfast burrito, but I gotta tell you this, man, you're all awesome, and I appreciate you hanging out with me. And I also want to remind you that we still have some music out there right now, and more's on the way. Broken Pieces and What Remains is available on Bandcamp. Check it out on Spotify, Amazon Music, Apple, YouTube, all the spots. There's other spots out there, too. Just search. You'll find us. If you haven't got the EP yet, you want to support on Bandcamp, go to themoonagers.bandcamp.com. We do have something new coming. Might be Friday, might not be Friday. We got to get some stuff done. It's a single release. Our next kind of single focus is the special one, which is Love It. It's one of my favorite tracks we put together. And that is going to have a awesome, very cool lyric video coming out with it as well. And we're going to have some alt takes, some remixes, some stuff coming. And then we got some new music in the spring. Nothing. We're probably at this point not going to be doing like it's a 7-song EP or it's a 10-song album. We might just be putting out songs here and there, playing with the Spotify algorithm, getting on some curated playlists. We've had some fun. We just had it's great how it jumps up. Our song track 1, In My Way, I think, which is Laserbolt's favorite song from the EP, just jumped up like 300 listens like over the last couple of days. Now, I have been telling some of y'all, if you happen to put one of these songs on Spotify, put on repeat, even press mute, and walk away for 3 hours, I can't stop you. But a lot of it happens organically, and I love that. So on that note, I'm going to leave. I'm going to get to work, look for work, find work, sell some Legos on eBay or my website. Go to kennapzok.com if you want to pick up some Legos. Price can be negotiable if you unless you're in the UK. I can't ship things to the UK and make any money. So, Maddie, if you want some of my Star Wars Legos, you're just going to have to drive over here in a van and pick it up. All right? There you go. I'm out of here. Yours best. Thanks for being a channel member, watching live, and hanging out with me. If you're watching later, leave a comment down below. What should I put on my Detroit-style pizza? Because I'm going to get it anyways. Bye.